It's finally here! Yeah! Hey, you can dust it out, but try again, try again. You definitely did it, girl. You did it. For real. This look using the Fenty Beauty. Fenty Beauty. Gosh, I just... Hey everybody, it's your girl KturaKay, and I am back with another video. So today's video, oh my goodness, I know I am kind of late, but I'm going to be doing a review on the Fenty Beauty collection. And I'm going to be showing you all how to apply the foundation and highlight and contour. And this is part 1 and part 2 will be up in a few days. I picked up a lot of stuff from the collection, I must say. A little bit of everything, honestly. So I heard that she's been working on this line for a very long time. Like, it's so many foundation shades. Like, Rihanna did her thing with these 40 shades, especially for it to be a new line. She wanted to create something for everyone, every color, every tone, and she didn't want to leave anyone out. I really applaud her for that, but damn! Girl, please believe me, Lord, when I tell y'all I had a hard time finding my foundation. I'm not the darkest girl in the world, but I'm pretty sure someone that's way darker than me probably really appreciate it, because I mean, shoot, I appreciate it for them because it's hard. It's hard out here for a pimp, like, for real. Like, it's really hard. Like, on a serious note, like, seriously though, it's really hard for some people to find foundations. And I have cousins, I have friends that are darker than me, and they're like, what should I use? You know, they're asking my opinion as a makeup artist. Like, I can't find anything that's my shade. Everything looks gray on me, everything looks ashy on me. And with this collection, y'all don't have to worry. Y'all don't have to worry, seriously. And for the really light women, the ladies that are really pale and they feel like every foundation is too red, I love it. It's just like a unity, all in a makeup line, for real. One makeup brand for everybody, catering to everybody. So that's a vibe. I've literally ordered like 4 orders of stuff, and I used to work at MAC. Like, y'all, I was the shade matching queen. Nobody ever had to come back and return a foundation. It usually was dead on, and this kind of like made me feel kind of bad. I'm like, dang, it hasn't been that long. And I'm an online shopper, so I like ordering stuff online, especially when I have to work all the time or I can't make it to the store. Ordered over 6 foundation shades. They were all too dark for my skin tone. If it don't work right the first time, hey, you can dust it out and try again, try again. So I finally took my behind to Sephora, and I finally found the right one. Of course, they were sold out. This is a picture of the Sephora rack. Can y'all see that? Like, everything was gone. All of the darker shades were gone, and I had to order it online on Sephora.com. You know, so that's really why this video is being pushed out so late. I apologize, but I definitely still wanted to review it. Your girl is loving it, for real. But if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. Like, point blank, period. And I'm gonna show you how I created this look using the Fenty Beauty products. Let's get started. Her line mainly focused on skin. I was like, this primer might be pretty good. So, and I hate pairing a really oily primer with a matte foundation, because sometimes that oil from the primer, it seeps through and it just messes up the whole look. So it feels really smooth going on. I really like the texture of it. It is supposed to minimize your pores as well, and it's supposed to make the foundation go on smoother, just like any other primer. A nice retouching primer, and it goes on matte, but it's very smooth, so it has that smoothing effect. It smells really good, so my skin feels really smooth. I tried it on yesterday, and I went in with the 380. I started with my forehead, which I shouldn't have, because my forehead is always a tad bit darker. I don't know if it's like baby hairs and stuff up here that kind of makes the foundation look a little gray. So I'm gonna go in with the 390 because I did try that on yesterday and it looked perfect. They're very close. So I'm gonna pump it on the back of my hand. 1, 2. So I'm going to apply it with a beauty blender like this and go ahead and start going in. Just do one side at a time. And I'm gonna go take 2 more pumps. I'm gonna basically put 1 layer on first with the Beauty Blender just to blend everything nicely because it's so liquidy. Or a lot of people have been saying about the whole oxidizing situation. It does not oxidize. It's just gonna dry down to the actual color. I might not even need to go over it with the brush. So I'm gonna add a few, maybe 3, 4 more pumps, 4 more pumps, and go over it again. And I kind of forgot to order that sponge, but I didn't need it. I'm fine with my handy dandy beauty blender, or I'll use the Real Technique sponge sometimes. I gotta get up under my eyes when it comes to concealer and stuff. My lashes are like always in the way, but yeah, that's me. A tad bit on my forehead here. And I'm gonna go, don't mind this like line here, I'm gonna go and contour. And I'm looking at my viewfinder because I don't have a mirror. I'm just using my hands and stuff, so yeah. Take a little bit of it and go under my eyes a little bit with the pointy part. But I really don't do this often. I don't really have to put foundation under here, but I just want to see how well it covers. Because you may not even need a concealer, you know? Especially if you don't have any dark pigmentation under your eyes. I like how it's so matte. Like I literally put, how many coats did y'all count? But I just was putting it on. The texture of it will make you think that it's gonna look like a tinted moisturizer, but literally with my first coat, I felt like it was pretty good coverage. So if you're like a natural girl and you like to wear a light layer of makeup, then I would go in with 1 layer basically. And if you like a more glam, full coverage look, then build it. Just keep adding layers. But this did the trick and I love it. I thought I was gonna have to use a brush, but as you see, I didn't even have to do that. So, and I got the coverage that I wanted without even using a brush. I love the fact that it's buildable, but it dries really fast, so you're gonna have to work in sections like I said. And I would honestly, if you like a beauty blender like me, I would go in with a beauty blender, or you can use a nice stippling brush. My favorite stippling brush is by WOC Cosmetics, and you can just go in with that bad boy, stipple it out, and you shouldn't have any streaks because it's drying down to that matte finish, and so it doesn't feel like it's just sitting on top of my skin. It's actually pressed into my skin with the beauty blender. This is the foundation. It comes in a 1.08 ounce bottle. It's nice and sleek. It's like a glass container, so just be careful when handling this foundation because you don't want to drop it and bust it and you have to buy a whole new one, you know. So the packaging is really nice and sleek, but since I'm a brown girl, my brown fingerprints are on the white part of the packaging. But I'm just gonna have to clean off each product after I do my makeup. But like I said, the foundation does not oxidize. I saw proof on the Fenty Beauty IG story, and they actually had a famous makeup artist on there. So once you apply it, it's gonna dry down. So once it dries down, it's gonna dry down to the true color, but it does not oxidize. And now we're gonna go in and highlight and contour with the Matchstick Trio. And as you can see, my fingerprint is smudged on this too, so I hate that, but it's cool. So this is what the trio looks like. And they're magnetic, of course. So you probably know that already by now, you know, because I'm getting all my products late, but it's cool. But they all are magnetic. I love the Deep 400 trio. They don't have many trios, so I got the Deep 400. I think I actually should have gotten tan because I have tried the concealer that comes with the Deep 400 trio, and it is actually called Suede, but it's more of the same color of my skin. This is how much product you get in each of these sticks. I'm gonna show you that much product. And I honestly think that once you get down to the bottom, I'm not going to try it yet, but once you get down to the end, you should be able to scoop the rest of the product out. So don't worry, like once you get to the end, I'm hoping and praying and wishing that is going to be just a little cup that's like down here, and the rest of the product is going to be in there, just sitting in there. So you can probably take or something small that could get in there and scoop it out and actually place it in like a container or something, and actually use it as like a cream concealer. So that's my little trick. It kind of reminds me of the Black Opal foundation sticks a little bit. They have similar packaging that twists up, and the consistency of it also kind of reminds me of it too. So you want to go in nice and soft. You don't want to go in too hard because you don't want to pull on your skin, of course. These sticks can be very harsh, but I like to go in really lightly and just go upward. Definitely don't want to go downward because pulling your skin downward is going to make it stay that way. So you don't want it to start sagging or anything like that. So I would go upward like this, and as you can see, it's the same color as my skin. But I also found that you definitely have to set these because they are very creamy, and you don't want them to start oily. But it kind of reminds me of the NARS too, like this consistency of the NARS cream soft matte concealers. You could actually do it like this too. Rub your beauty blender on it and then go in and blend everything out. But I feel like the matchstick is a little more convenient because it's in a stick, so you can take it anywhere, take it with you. The trio actually runs for $54, which is basically saving you a little bit of money, especially if the shades work for you, because the singles are $25. Instead of paying $75, you're just paying $54 for the trio that's already put together. So now I'm going to go in with Espresso, which is another color that comes in the Deep 400 trio. I'm going to lightly go on my face and create my contour line. And go here, my forehead a little bit, and take a tad bit on my nose area. Just a tad, not much, because I don't really need a lot. And it's so dark. I'm going to use what's left over down here. And I'm going to roll it down because I don't want it to smush. And I'm gonna go in now and blend it out. I'm gonna take the color that I used under my eyes and Suede that came with the trio and just basically go right here underneath my contour and basically prevent it from being a harsh line there, and I'm going to blend it out. Create a little more definition. So I can see that my concealer is starting to crease, so it's a cream, so you definitely have to set it. You don't want to try to go without it just because it says it's matte. Like, I never do that to any of my matte concealers. I'm gonna go in with my Sacha Buttercup, my beauty blender, jack of all trades, and I'm gonna go in and pat under and basically press that setting powder in. I wore it yesterday without setting it really, and I just wanted to see if it would crease, just so I could come on here and tell you all basically what not to do. And it definitely did kind of start to crease, so you don't really want that to happen. Yes, Sasha, I love me some Sacha Buttercup. Put a little bit here because I did put a little bit of that matchstick there too. I don't want it to start getting oily either. Just gonna go with my Pop Beauty Velvet Powder Base, and this is in the color 8. And I'm just gonna basically go over that contour a little bit with the powder just to set it in place. That's too much sauce. So especially to set my contour. Just off what's there, which was not much. I am loving this matte look. Set it. You know, you don't want to be creasing, you don't want to be walking around looking oily in some areas and matte in other areas. Like, just set it, girl. Set it. Set it. Set it. Set it. Set it. Set it. But yeah, like I said, I wore it yesterday and it just was rubbing off like on my nail. Once you set it, you don't have to worry about that, you know, worry about anything really rubbing off unless you're really applying pressure to it, but I literally just lightly had my hands here and it was like makeup. So yeah, said it, don't have to worry about that. As you all know, like I said, I had a really crazy foundation dilemma. So here are the shades that I ordered, and I just wanted to swatch it on my skin tone just so you can see, and it may help you pick out your color if you don't feel like going into Sephora to match yourself up. And here they are. We have the color 380, 390, 410, 420, 430, 440, and 450. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Again, I apologize for this video being out kind of late, you know. I definitely wanted to come on here and show you all how I felt about the collection and how to create this cute look. Don't forget to stay tuned for part 2 of the review. I will be showing you all how to create this really pretty eye look as well as the lip. And I'll also be showing you all how to use the infamous highlighters and the matchstick highlighter. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and comment down below if you've got anything from the collection or if you'd like to see more looks using the collection. Go ahead and join the KK family, you know, and hit that bell to be notified when I post new videos and be in that notification squad, you know. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye. See how pigmented this lip gloss is? Like, oh my god, you have to say it like that every time. Pigmented. It's not